So Jeffrey, tell us about the four thinkers, please.
The Four Thinkers is a very, very powerful way to succeed in life. There's really only four ways of thinking, and how we think is a habitual way of thinking. So if you come over to the paper, I'll show you what the Four Thinkers is all about. So the Four Thinkers is this. So I'm going to assume that you have recuperated your dream, your complete dream. You know what it is. You've got a dream board, and you're reading Think and Grow Rich, and you're doing your daily definite main purpose statement, self-confidence formula, and visualizing. You're creating 100% belief in your dream. So this is the success habits, right? It's literally a science of success. All right, so now what we'll do is we're going to show you that there's four types of people. So this is thinker number 4 at the bottom of the page, thinker number 3, thinker number 2, and thinker number 1. Thinker number 1 is what we call the blue diamond thinker. It's the only a way of thinking that will succeed. Now this applies to any dream and goal that you have. So let's take a look at one way of thinking, which is thinker number 4. They've got a dream, and we all have obstacles. So everyone's going to have a set of obstacles. And what the habit of thinker number 4 is to have no goal. So as they start moving towards their dream, they run into their obstacles like no money, right? No time, no contacts, an unsupportive spouse or boss or whatever the case might be, and they'll just stop. They'll say tomorrow or next week or next month, and because they have no written goal, this way of thinking will never work. Even if it's a thing that you want to, develop your body, or you want to remodel your house, or you want to lose weight, unless you have a written goal, it never works. So what is thinker number 3? They got the dream recuperated. They actually have a written goal. So that's a star. So actually, thinker number 2 and number 1 has a written goal. So for many, it's Ruby by the next success trip. So you win the success trip. So you have a very specific date. And we recommend that people get to Ruby. Let's say you do this thing within 2 months. I mean, if you can do it that way, you'll make money really quickly. You could do it 3, 4, 5, or 6 months, but just set a goal, okay? Now, what happens for the number 3 thinker is their habitual way of thinking is they've got the goal and they're working towards and walking towards with the daily plan, the 3 threes, but they'll distract themselves. They'll set little goals, and they don't realize that this is the way they self-sabotage. Then they'll say, well, before I do my business, I've got to remodel my house. Hey, I've got to run a marathon. Hey, I've got to spend a lot of time with the charities. And none of that is bad. It's not good or bad or right or wrong. It's just what's effective. Because if a person would focus on their dream and the goal that will get them the dream, they'll have the time and the money to actually do whatever they want. But what this person does is sets all these little goals, and it's a spaghetti thinker, and they never achieve the real goal. So this way of thinking doesn't work. It's a habitual way of thinking, but we can change our habits. So what's thinker number 2? Got the dream, got the goal, got their set of challenges, and what they do is they focus on the challenges. And so, if it's no time, or if it's no money, or if it's the spouse, they'll just like, oh my God, can I tell you about my spouse? Can I tell you about my job? And really, it's not the obstacle, it's the way they think. They're focused on a problem, and what we focus on grows. And so they never make it. Now, what is number 1? The thinker number 1, dream, goals, the same set of problems as everybody else, but what he does is he's committed to do whatever it takes to succeed. And so he's going to get out of his comfort zone. You see This is the comfort zone of number 4, is to not have goals. The comfort zone of number 3 is to distract, and the comfort zone of number 2 is to focus on the problems. He's got a comfort zone as well, but what he's willing to do is do the commitment ladder. The commitment ladder is, a lot of people think they're committed, but what they're really doing is they're hoping. Hoping doesn't work. Or they're wishing. That doesn't work either. Or they're trying. Trying doesn't work. Or they're committed if, right? They're committed if their spouse will do it, or if their best friend gets in, or they're committed until it gets difficult. None of these forms of commitment work. The only form of commitment that works is willing to do whatever it takes. Willing to do whatever it takes. So they're going to get out of their comfort zone. They're going to go through the obstacles, around, over. They'll always find a solution to achieve the goal and then the dream. This is the Four Thinkers, and my name is Jeffrey Lee.